And welcome.
Hey.
And then we get DMCA. The guitar playing was too good.
That's like, have any of you listened to Conan's podcast?
Conan O'Brien?
Conan O'Brien has a podcast, and it's really good. And they open up with the that guitar intro with "I can tell that we are gonna be friends," and they play that as the intro.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's nice. It's called "Conan Needs a Friend" is the name of the podcast, and so it's a very apt way of opening it up, I think.
Do you know he wrote for The Simpsons at one point?
He also wrote for SNL for one point. At one point,
I did not know these things.
yeah. I think that Conan's probably my favorite nighttime television host.
I agree with that. He's also apparently really huge.
He's like, what, 6'5", right?
Yeah.
No, he's my favorite just because I feel like he's the realest of all of them. All the other nighttime television hosts, I feel like they have like a chip on their shoulder. They're trying to do too many things.
He's not too like ideologically possessed, right?
Yeah, something like that. Like Conan just seems pretty like in with what he is, and like he understands what his like limits are, and he doesn't push it. Like for me, when I watch Kimmel, I'm just like, oh my god,
I kind of think Jimmy Kimmel's a dickhead.
Yeah, he kind of is. Like,
and then he's gonna find this, and then he's gonna sue me or something.
for calling him a dickhead.
Yeah, I don't know.
He can't
Sure
get
he's
you
got
for that.
worse.
That would be awesome if you got a letter from Jimmy Kimmel, like a cease and desist. Like,
He's
we
gonna
can't
go
make this
after
anymore.
us, like 5 listener nobodies.
Yeah,
We're gonna be on TV. We're gonna be featured.
if he's able to make money off of like a Twitter says sort of thing, mean tweets, then like I don't think
his bit that started.
is that's his bit,
That's
right?
his,
yeah, mean tweets is his. I don't think his skin isn't gonna be so thin as to not handle
You know,
5 guys.
is mean tweets towards non-celebrities.
Oh,
That's like
we
random.
We already have
people.
we already have that.
We
We've
kind of
got-
do that.
We got under the bus.
We throw people under the bus.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's my
becoming
favorite
a regular segment.
It's
now.
my favorite segment whenever we do this thing.
I guess that's the same thing.
And the best part about it is like we have one shout out every session, but you can have as many people under that bus as you want. The bus ideologically is, as big as you need it to be.
Should we do? Oh wait, before that, welcome to episode 24 of the Actually Nothing podcast. We have 5 people today. What a mess!
I know.
I'll have fun editing this later. But both Peter and Jordan are here.
So this is the first ever manifestation of the full hang.
Yes,
Dude, yeah, it's crazy.
it is.
We've never had this before.
This is, as of right now, the ultimate form of the podcast.
Yeah, this is like perfect form podcast.
like Cell. Or
Yeah, no,
Frieza.
seriously, like Cell.
Ooh.
Because we've been, sometimes
Oh
we're
yeah,
at
there's different forms.
So most of the time we're just at Majin podcast,
Yeah.
and then we get to super podcast when we get 4 people. Now
Will
we're
we
at
reach kid.
now we're at kid podcast. This is kid
dude.
podcast.
The 5-man dynamic.
Should we
Let's
take
go.
out our like rings and say Wonder Bread?
Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread.
Do we have a thing
Bread.
based on
Thinking
Wonder
like
Bread?
Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, I don't know, dude.
I'm
Where
into
did
that.
Wonder Bread
I'm
come
into a Wonder Bread sort of, I guess, creed that we create.
Wonder Bread powers activate.
Do you want to go buy rings? It could be the rings we smoke off the cigars, and we just take the thing off. And
Oh, it
just
doesn't
put
have to be like jewelry. It can just be any kind of ring.
Yeah, you can do
Do onion rings count?
Yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
gonna
We
say.
all have to
I like
pick.
onion rings.
See, and I also want to bring this up again.
Funyuns.
We're all reprising our roles that we had put on last week.
Oh,
Aaron
yeah,
Aaron
our
as
created
Bunsen
names.
Burner.
I'm Bunsen Burner.
I as Lugnut. Peter as
Juicy sirloin.
Juicy soul.
Dan as,
Milk, dude.
and then Jordan. You have to create one. Two.
He has one.
Oh, what is it?
It's TurboTax.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
TurboTax.
I was thinking about that though, but like,
You want to change it?
because like, when you get like,
You're
am I allowed to say that? TurboTax. Like,
You're not going to get
I don't
DMC'd for
think they're gonna
TurboTax.
go after us for referencing them as a name.
I was
You could be
thinking-
Orange Julius if you wanted.
I was saying income tax.
Income tax.
Okay,
Because who likes income tax?
but don't you want it to be positive since it's your name?
I like TurboTax because it's kind of like a superhero name.
Yeah, Turbo.
We're like a we're like a ragtag crew of.
well, aren't we all superhero names? Wasn't that the theme of?
That's true. Yeah, it's basically superheroes.
Like you have Milk Dud, and I thought this was superheroes. I thought
What
that was the
what would
idea.
be each other's ability?
I was going to ask that.
Does it have to be related to the name?
Nothing has to be anything. We're like the C tier of superheroes.
I would like to make mine.
C class.
I would
Hey.
go with my normal shitty superpower that I always say, which is immunity to every third bullet. But
Every third
I feel
bullet?
yeah. As long as you tank the first 2, you're fine.
That sounds
But-
like a league passive.
I feel like I should
Lean
change it
passive.
because I use that one too often.
Yeah,
so
let's change. Let's get creative.
I'll make things 2% more wet.
Ooh, 2%. Wait, in
Wow.
relation to what?
I don't know, whatever its current level of moisture is.
What
Really?
would you do
Yeah.
to the ocean?
It'd be more wet ocean.
So are you saying that if something is like, so for instance, based on how moist my
Is viscosity a word
corporeal
we're gonna throw in here?
Viscosity is not a word we're using yet.
Viscosity.
Oh,
Not yet. So for instance, if you touch like a clam, and that's its 100%, would you just give it 102%?
Yes.
Okay.
It will go over its moisture limit.
Okay, and it would just become that much extra
Yeah,
moist.
but only up to 2%.
Okay, what practical use do we have for that?
I don't know if you said that it had to have a practical use. It's just a power that I
Okay, fair enough.
Is water wet?
Oh no. Is it?
I'm gonna go ahead and answer. Yeah,
Yeah, it is wet. It's water.
Water's wet.
Yeah. Why did we have such trouble with
Here,
that?
let's find out, Daniel.
Wait,
Okay, so Aaron's is increased moisture by 2%.
Mhm.
Very nice.
What's
I feel
yours?
like that could be useful in times where you ever need a moist towelette. You know, like I don't know, something's kind of need a damp cloth to wipe off. I
feel like just making things 2% more wet is a little too powerful. So there should be like a little bit of a drawback. It's got a cooldown of 3 hours.
Cooldowns are good.
So
Yeah, man. Like you gotta make
I think the scale of this
realistic.
is really small. Like it's 2% wet, which could be huge.
Yeah.
But it's got a 3-hour cooldown.
before I can make it 2% more wet again.
Dang. So, I mean, really, the only thing that stands between us and a watery death with Aaron making the oceans more
It's
wet
a long time.
is just like 12 hours.
2% every time. Yeah, so
That's
you
a
need-
lot, right?
You need 50 times. You need to do that, and you can do it every 3 hours. So let's do some math.
Oh, God.
When could you turn someone 100% wet?
So you need 150 hours. So that would take close to what? A week?
How many days?
A little more
I
than
don't
a
know
week?
if that means that I
You have to
like
constantly-
liquefy them or if it's just them, but they're just like they have like a nice slick of water all over.
All I know is
A
you have to be
sheen.
there
Yeah.
on the clock every 3 hours.
This- I like this idea. I like the idea of you become like a killer. And that's your thing. It's like the dead people have a like, extra sheen on them.
Be
Like,
waterboarding
oh, it's-
people.
No,
in
it's not
real
even that.
life.
Aaron he kills them with like a knife, and then he touches them, and they add like a little bit of a coat, like a water coat.
Like
on
the
top of it.
PIs are all confused. They're like, this man has a massive stab wound, but why is he so wet?
Why is he so wet?
Don't take that.
slipping all over the place.
Don't take that out of context.
We will. It shall be done.
What's
Okay.
your superpower?
Mine?
Does anybody else have a superpower?
Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas? I'm trying to think of one.
Does it have to do with your name?
No, it doesn't have to do with anything. The name can help you, but
Mine
Yeah.
was the opposite, if anything. Mine's Bunsen burner. I should be
Bunsen-
making things
oh,
more
that's
hot and dry,
true.
not wet.
Unless you're
Flame
melting.
on.
Hmm.
I have one. If
What?
nobody else does. All right. So my superhero power is ability to go back in time, but you can only use the ability when, like, before the actual like deadline is, or like whatever.
Deadline for what? Like a paper?
Yeah, like a paper or whatever is due. You
How
can
far
only
back in time?
I'd say about 72 hours.
72? That's actually
pretty-
very useful.
Yeah, that's a.
But you
good
can only
power.
use the ability if it's like, oh shit, it's due in like 1 minute.
So wait, you could just wait a minute and then do it again, right?
Yeah, can't you just arbitrarily push the
We
deadline
can't-
forward?
Yeah, sure.
So Jordan's OP, got
Yeah,
it.
Jordan's the king here. Jordan's the Thanos of this. Dan, you got one?
Shoot, man, I gotta think of one.
If I had a superpower, any superpower, like is
Yeah,
there a
whatever.
limitation? Oh, jeez. Well, okay, so like obviously, like you could say like your thing, like oh, I would freeze time or something, right? Like But if I had like maybe some like unique superpower, I wish I could summon food
That's a good one.
Ooh.
wherever I am.
That's
Mine's
that's
related to that,
OP.
actually.
Does your food materialize out of nothing, or do you steal it from another source?
Oh, see, that's like the genie sort of thing. I didn't go that far. Like be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, monkey paw.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you can summon food anytime, but someone will lose their food.
Yeah, I
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
though,
right?
You know,
It's like got a catch to it.
Do you choose who you get your food from? Like,
No, it just,
No.
You,
It all
could,
comes from
you could
Ethiopia,
take you could take
Jordan.
your piece of
jeez.
bread. You could take your piece of bread. It could be some little orphan's dinner, and
Yeah.
it would just materialize.
that's dark. I like that.
like someone's about to take a bite, and as soon as they go to chomp, they bite their fork.
Day ruined.
Dang,
You just
Teeth
ruined that
ruined.
kid's
Teeth
that
ruined.
kid's- That kid's dentures.
I got a good one that's related. mine would be any alcoholic drink you've got, it ups the alcohol percentage by 1%.
Ooh. Wait, how many times is there a cooldown on this? too?
There's definitely a cooldown. It's
Is it
about
1 minute?
It's 15 minutes.
15
Okay,
minutes.
that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
All right. People are going to be like, what are you doing babysitting that drink?
Yeah, you're like
know?
really nursing this.
You're like, let me show you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be more like, let me show you.
now let's talk a detail. Does it change the taste or like the concentration may go up, but does it make it taste more alcohol?
Yeah, that's
The
true.
alcohol is in there. It's gonna change.
I don't know. I don't know if this is some special.
So any sort of
No,
alcohol,
it's
right?
So any
literally
regular
just ups the alcohol
beer
ABV
can just
percentage.
turn into like straight up grain alcohol after a while.
yeah.
Well,
what,
if you wait like enough time, yeah, it's
If
like
you
it's
have
like your
100
thing too.
what would Everclear turn into?
Everclear is
Yeah.
that
After
100?
2
Gasoline.
cooldowns.
Is that 100% ethanol?
What's the next step above Everclear? Kid Everclear,
Yeah.
No, spirit juice.
It's obviously
Really?
super
Stuff my
Everclear,
dad-
Majin Everclear.
and then Kid Everclear
Yeah.
after that.
Got it.
That's one of the most like nested jokes that anyone who's listening to this is gonna ever hear. Is the
We've been doing that.
the Majin versus Super versus Kid comparisons.
Yep.
That's not gonna fly for most people.
I like that scale that you guys.
It's a
are
Dragon Ball Z
referring to,
scale.
yeah.
The DBZ scale. That's like the only one we really follow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dan, your turn.
It'd be literally anything.
Mm.
All of ours are pretty mundane, and then Jordan can just go back in time without any repercussions for 3 days.
Yeah, flying's pretty dope. Invisibility's pretty dope.
What's your name? Your Milk Dud?
Milk dud.
Yeah.
Being a milk dud's pretty dope.
No, it's
You
not.
get eaten.
But you're a milk
What about
dud.
you can change all skim milk to at least 2%.
With
You
chocolate?
Go, you go like that. You go.
You can make it more duddy.
Or you can just become like
What's
Master
Duddy?
Chief or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Master Chief. That's a super suit. So,
Yeah, sure. No, you become
You
the
put on
character
this-
in the suit. You become John 117.
117. Okay.
Yeah, I like the arbitrariness of all of these. It's like, have you ever watched?
Yeah, super suits are cool too.
Have you ever watched that one Bratton Beretta video? It's the Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where a bunch of them are trying to save this woman from a robber, and they all turn into like any sort of pun with the word Jack.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "You guys all have like handheld weapons. I've got a gun," and they can't do anything about it.
I miss Barrettes and Beretta.
Me
They,
too.
Wiggity.
Joe
Yeah.
went on to
He was on that news network.
yeah, but there was like a comedy channel that
Smosh.
was it
I think
Smosh
one
that
of
he
them
became part
went to Smosh. Yeah, because I see
Really?
him in Smosh.
On Smosh.
Yeah, and Smosh has changed. Like,
I just stopped watching Smosh after a certain point. I mean, as one does.
I still watch it.
Why not? If it's there.
I think the last thing I watched from them was when they did those like the jelly donut versus
Is it a
something
food battle?
the food battle things that
Those
they
are
used to do.
stupid. I don't like those.
It was very like
Those are so stupid. Jordan, throwing them under the bus. So
2010.
stupid.
yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Jordan
There's our
just threw
first
Smosh
under the bus Smosh food videos.
Oh yeah, what about shout out? Quick shout out.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Ding Dong, Texas. I
Ding
didn't know
Dong.
that
What is-
Ding Dong, Texas existed until I met somebody today who's from Ding Dong, Texas.
Oh, it's a
place?
town?
Oh,
Yes, it's a town. I did not believe it. I had to
Oh.
Google it
I
up.
thought it was a business. Or
Yeah,
like
I was
a
gonna say,
DoorDash
is
or
that
a
like
person.
that sounds really fun. Like
Yes,
I'd call them.
Yeah.
So okay, all of Ding Dong, Texas. Welcome to the map.
I was saying when he moved out, it was a Ding Dong Ditch.
Oh,
Oh,
so is that your shout out to Ding Dong ditching?
Ding Dong Ditch.
to a joke? Is that what it is? We haven't had a shout out to a joke yet.
Shout out to Dan's jokes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, I got a shout out.
What?
It's
Just say it like that.
yeah. I'd like to shout out to
Said it so threatening.
condiment. Really,
Which one? Southwest
kind of
Chipotle?
condiment?
honey mustard.
Oh,
Good choice, good choice.
That's
The
a good
honey
choice.
mustard?
Honey mustard.
Wait, can we do a brief comparison of the honey mustards that we've had?
Dude,
Robin
there's
reigns
Red
supreme
Robin,
for me.
dude. That's all.
Okay,
I got
yeah,
to
I'd
say.
say that's
Seed,
the
you
best.
know, just so much better. Shout out to Red Robin's honey mustard.
Dude, you guys got to do this, okay? So if you sign up for the rewards, which means you'll just get a couple emails, you get a free burger in the month of your birthday.
Ooh.
And it's
Yeah, that's pretty
effective the next day after you sign
Did
up.
you use
we
it
all
since it
do-
was your
I
birthday?
used it last year, and
Oh,
I'm
man.
going to use it this year.
Can we all just sign up for like the month of August?
You have to have a valid ID.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
me and
got her
Jordan could go
invalid
together.
ID.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Sweet, dude.
So-
Let's
so-
go,
I'll
Leo's.
give you guys my burger. I don't
so
care.
Jordan, Peter, Aaron, and I can go get ours.
Yeah,
too.
we can do ours next.
Dan,
month.
you got to go alone.
Yeah,
You can go with Katya.
Yeah. You go to
Hey, your dad too can do it. He's enough.
Yeah.
Wait, we're shilling out pretty hard for Red Robin right now. Should
I
we
mean-
do the jingle?
the jingle.
Red Robin.
Yum.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
this is going to be a repeat of the friggin' Barber Quartet. When,
It's a quintet now.
when we just Dan flubbed it last
Wait,
time.
hold on. I don't know. I don't recall.
Wait. So if
Do
we're
you
gonna
want to
do
try
this,
this again? But now
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
wait.
quintet.
who's gonna be Peter? You got
It
the
was
low.
you. Peter had the bass note.
I'll take base one.
What am I
so.
singing this? What syllable?
Red Robin. Yum.
Yum.
I'll be yum. Okay.
Okay, wait. So
I'll probably go. I'll go high since I could probably.
Yeah.
get that.
So I'll go yum. And then,
Match him, Peter or Dan.
Yeah.
Match him. Okay.
Yeah,
Yum.
yeah.
Alright, we get the yum.
Can you hit the third, Aaron?
yeah.
And then you can also match Peter.
Okay.
Yum.
Okay, wait. Let's do it. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. Should we do it in a layer so we can practice this? First?
Yeah. So
I
Peter
feel like
first.
if we just try this right off the bat, it's gonna go horribly.
Yum.
Okay, now
we totally changed all of our.
I know
things, but-
that was completely different.
All right.
All right, now we're a 1/6 chord.
Let's do it.
Okay,
No,
ready?
Dan's got the bass.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Same octave. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Group position. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the Red Robin?
Okay, yeah, sure. Red Robin.
Yum.
That could have been
I
better.
You
missed
got to go
it.
higher.
You got to
I
commit
think.
to it. Everyone's got to commit to it. You guys are like half-assing it.
Yeah, whole
I
ass.
think
it.
Red
No,
Robins is
yeah.
going to sponsor us if they're like, oh, these guys half-assed.
I don't think they're
it.
gonna.
You know what?
Shut up, Jordan. They're going to do.
It's got to happen spontaneously. You know what? Someone just got to say the jingle, and you guys just
Okay.
got to
That's
Red Robin.
Yum.
It's kind of.
I like the idea of this just being a like a challenge that
We're
we
gonna
do all the time.
continually
no,
try
when,
this.
when we're all together, somebody will just do it, and we all have to respond in time.
Yeah, no matter. You could be in the middle of a Red Robin.
Yum. Yeah, it just happens. It's spontaneous.
Okay.
Oh man, Red
Well-
Robin's ought to pay us.
We'll get it
We can get the
eventually.
audio tune. We got the auto tune, don't we?
That's such a pain.
Oh
to
no,
try
we're
to
not
do.
doing that.
Oh,
This
what
has
do
to
you
be
mean?
all natural.
Auto
man.
tune? What are you, Drake?
We'll be like a legit artist
Oh.
nowadays.
You're trying to monetize dead fish sound?
I'm saying that Red Robin's got to send us a lifetime supply of honey mustard.
Yo, that would be
Yeah.
something.
After
or
all
at
this-
least, a couple of gallons of the speckled lemonade.
Oh,
Right?
No, well, actually, just the glasses. they come in.
Do we need those?
We
think
all got
have-
a couple
we
of those
We
now.
I
a
have
lot
two of those at
already.
my house because my mom stole them.
Oh my god!
Oh, your mom stole them.
Yes.
Well,
Just throw
Red
your
Robin's
mom under
not
the
gonna
bus,
hear
yeah.
about that.
At Red Robin.
Yeah, I like. I think that.
Oh wait, yeah.
What?
I'm endangering our
Yeah.
sponsors.
Yeah.
Potential
We're
sponsors.
like looking at each other, like you just really.
Oh, cut that out.
Yeah, I think I'll shout out to Red Robin just because, like, I'm gonna shill out for anyone.
Actually, speaking
What,
of like
what?
burgers and stuff, I
What?
got a good question.
What?
Okay, so kill one. No, I'm just kidding. But Whopper, Big Mac, Baconator. What's your 1, 2, 3?
I mean, I'll play
Whopper,
that game.
Big Mac, Baconator. What?
I'll play
We
that
just
game.
have to order them.
Yeah, like what? Most people, I think, like the Whopper. I like the Whopper the best.
Really?
But I'm
Okay.
interested to see what people like.
So what are
Oh,
the
shoot.
what are the things again?
Whopper, Big Mac,
Big Mac,
Baconator.
Big Mac. It's like
Oh,
the
dang.
big three of
Yeah,
horrible
Okay,
food.
that's easy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I can give you one.
Jordan, what do you got?
Baconator, Whopper, Big Mac. I
Ooh,
remember those.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Baconator, I love Wendy's.
That's the same thing for me.
Really?
So
Really?
what's so special about the Whopper?
Dude, so the Whopper.
size? I think right.
No, it's not that. It's just that like the patty feels like real. Like a McDonald's feels like fake meat.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like real meat.
Really?
I would say like McDonald's is just last, and then I'd probably go Whopper then Baconator. But honestly,
I can
like
see that.
they're close to those two.
I'm a fan of the Big Mac because of the sauce. I like the
sauce
Big Mac
is good.
sauce.
See,
yeah.
the sauce is good, but I'm thinking of patty.
The patty?
Yeah,
but
Well, there's two
you let
patties.
people have what they want, right?
The,
Yeah,
the
but-
double patty.
yeah, but it's like two wrongs
then
don't
you-
make a good sandwich. It's
Well,
like
the sauce does. Yeah, I
Wait,
get
it's
the
bacon or
sauce.
shredded?
And then
Bacon.
for me, second would probably be, it's hard. Maybe the Baconator.
ooh.
50-50.
Dang, putting Whopper third, huh?
Ah,
Whopper
man.
third. Whopper second would make sense too. Yeah,
I've
probably
never-
Whopper second actually. Now I
You're
think
gonna
about
put
it.
Baconator last?
I've seen a group of people get so angry over
Getting triggered.
food burgers.
Yeah.
I've never had a Whopper.
You never had a Whopper?
No, I've never had one.
You know what? Okay, so the Portillo's, their burger is kind of like a Whopper, just better.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it, but the Whopper tastes like the Portillo's burger.
Oh, I'd be in on that.
because it's
then.
cooked over
it's charbroiled.
It's charbroiled.
That's right.
How about
That's what it is.
The Impossible Whopper.
I tried it.
I tried that.
Does it still
It's
taste
legit.
like?
It's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Does it
tastes
taste the same pretty
it
much?
tastes very similar. Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys have Freddy's around here?
I've heard of
Or,
it.
or not Freddy's? Hardee's. Hardee's
I think
had.
there's one in West Chicago.
They had the Impossible sausage breakfast sandwich, and it tasted like ass. It was awful, dude. Yeah, do not recommend.
I don't even think Hardee's is that great.
No, they're pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
My go-to's been Chipotle.
Chipotle's solid.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the free guac mode activated the other day.
really?
Yeah, it was National Guac Day.
I feel like
Well,
Chipotle
what?
is to
Yeah.
Mexican food what Panda is to Chinese food. Though.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
would
Like
agree.
the
Practically.
Americanized.
Exactly.
version of
Yeah,
it.
that's the
Yeah,
accurate
but
way.
the difference is that I think Chipotle is, pretty close on bordering good, whereas Panda is like, it's fake.
That's true.
I like Panda.
Dude, I like
but,
the honey
yeah.
walnut shrimp at
That's
Panda.
the best dish at
Yeah.
Panda.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. You know
It's
what?
expensive. I
It's a
think,
little
right?
bit, yeah. I didn't get a job at Chipotle. Do you know that? Like, and it was it was
Mission
you know that guy?
complete.
Yeah, he was the manager. He probably knew you. He probably
did.
knew me.
He's got the same birthday as me.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
You can go to
screw
Red
him.
Robin with him.
yeah.
He didn't hire me because I was in there at the interview, and he says, "So welcome to Chipotle, man. You know what we're all about." And I was like,
Not hiring you.
"Oh," I was like, "Good Mexican food." and then he was like, "No, man, we're all about no GMOs." And he pointed to the sign, and it literally said, "No GMOs."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh." And then I didn't get the job.
that's
You need to be
lame.
more enthusiastic about it.
What am I supposed to say? Oh, sweet dude. No
Dude, I hate
GMOs.
GMOs.
GMOs?
Like, dude, I just want to do the job and get paid.
Oh man, I feel like if somebody did that, if I was holding an interview and I told them like, "Oh, we're all about this, we're all about X," and somebody went, "That's my favorite fucking thing is X." Like if you imagine you're selling something like popcorn, and you go, "At Orville Redenbacher's, we're all about the kernels," and you go, "Kernels." Let me tell you something about
we should take a
kernels.
lesson from this.
About what?
If you want to, give an impression to somebody, you just got to be passionate.
You got to go 100%.
You have to go. It's like, a way I like to think about it. If someone says, "JP, make the sound of an elephant," you don't think about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it. See, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
pretty
good.
solid, right?
Yeah. But if you think about it,
Yeah.
you'll probably suck.
You hesitate. You can't
Yeah,
hesitate.
you can't
just gotta,
hesitate.
It's like when we were playing Mafia that one time, and I went passion vote, and you just got to vote for
You
whoever.
just gotta do it.
Like
Has to be in the heat of the moment.
yeah. So
Yes.
we'd be getting into these arguments when we were playing Mafia, and I was narrating, and so we'd get into these arguments, and I'd be like, "All right, vote on passion," and everyone would just vote depending on how they felt in that very moment. Adds a bit of
You guys remember that Russell Peters was like imitating the deaf person? He's like, so much passion.
Good, Dan. Good. See, because it was spontaneous, I really felt the genuineness.
I appreciate the spontaneity of it.
You know what else is spontaneous?
What?
Red Robin.
yum.
Okay, see, that was better.
That was really
There you
good.
go.
See, that
That's
was
my
better.
new favorite bit. I think
Okay, good. Well, one of these takes will get it perfect.
it'll be amazing. It'll
Yeah.
be the totally balanced chord.
I'm definitely not going to steal it from the actual commercial.
I was going to say, you're not going to edit
I
it.
mean,
It's a bunch of Aaron's voice. It's like a 10-person chord.
Super auto-tune.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys.
I'll make sure that when I'm recording it, I do the thing that all the live singers do, and they put their finger in the ear and they go, you know?
Yeah, I think you can't see it on the podcast, but when singers, like, when they hit a high note and they go like that, and they, like, bring their shoulder
I
up
hate that.
as if they're, like,
Why do they do that?
As if they're
Tense
tuning
up?
themselves.
They're
They're like
tuning them-
they're,
their
they're
body
tweaking
into
their
the
little
note.
vocal cords.
I feel it in my body when I sing. I need to.
Isn't singing with
express.
like an in-ear monitor though kind of hard and different than singing regularly without one? Because apparently, like the way the sound reverberates through the air and in your skull naturally, as
Ye-
opposed to like hearing yourself back in a monitor, is kind of weird.
Yeah, like apparently, when you're singing, like a good opera singer, for example, like when you're singing, like when you sing, you can hear yourself in your head.
Yeah.
Like if you're using good technique, you're not supposed to be trying hard, and you're supposed to just be like pushing the sound out, but you're not supposed to be like no tension at all, and you don't even like hear your own voice. You kind of just feel it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of like metaphors they use, like
Yeah, when
stretching taffy, and you got to like bring your like push down your diaphragm, bring your head up, and it's just hard.
Yeah, when you sing, do you ever feel like you're more singing because of how it feels rather than what it sounds like? Sometimes when I'm singing and I can't hear myself sing, I'm singing based on what it feels like. You know, like have you ever been to a concert and it's so loud that you can't hear yourself sing?
Yeah.
But you just you're singing anyways, and you kind of know it's right because of the
usually that's
feeling.
more resonance. I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think there aren't that many situations that I've been in where I couldn't hear myself.
Really?
While
You want to
singing.
make one right now?
What are you just gonna scream that? Ooh! Oh, I felt that one.
That was good.
It was good. I nailed
It's
it.
because you didn't hesitate.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
completely 100%.
That's the theme, I think. No hesitation. You know,
You just gotta feel
less
it.
think, more do.
Well, is it? Wait, hold
Why
on.
use many words to
spontaneous.
say things?
This singing thing though, is it preferred if you feel it as opposed to singing it based on what it sounds like?
Interestingly enough, when I was doing my undergrad, I had to take an elective, and I took singing because I free voice lessons. So I was like, whatever. And you know, we didn't have that many lessons because like me and the teacher both like were sick, you know, every other week. But I have perfect pitch, so I could always sing the correct note, right?
Okay.
But because of that, my technique suffered because I was listening too much and correcting too much and overcompensating. And then one time, like, I didn't keep track of the note. I was just kind of feeling it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And my range was higher and I was more resonant. It was less thinking. It was more just singing and just, like, not thinking about it. And it sounded a lot better. So there's some truth to that.
So you just turn off your brain.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like if you try and you get tension in your throat, it apparently sounds worse.
Well, the
So-
voice is like the most natural instrument. You know, it's the instrument is here. You know, and it's not in your brain. What?
My ingrained harmonica will like to say otherwise. I don't know. I can't make a harmonica
I
sound.
think I have a flutophone up
Yeah.
my throat. No, it's because your instrument is here. It's all in your torso, and so like if you think too much about it, and you try and act, you engage too much. You create all this tension just by thinking too much. You know, and so in the effect of wanting it to be natural, you want to kind of release and let it out. You know.
If it were-
Red ramen.
Yum. Oh dang! I think the hard part is picking out a different note from
Yum.
everyone else.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one other instrument to be a master at, other than whatever you can play right now,
At which to be a master.
what would it be? At which to be a master? Oh, frig! I
Edit
did
that
it.
out. Edit that out. Get that out.
Yeah, which instrument would you choose?
Oh man.
Instrument of grammar and proper articulate speech.
Wow.
So you want to sing?
That's part of it, yeah.
Mine would be
Okay.
instruments of torture.
Instruments of torture.
Do instruments of torture count?
I'd pick the saxophone.
Sexy sax man.
Yeah, dude. I
I
think
like the sax. Actually.
saxophone has some like special. You know, it's like it's different than an instrument like that you use your hands with because it's with your voice. You know,
Yeah.
so it's a little more. I feel internal when you play it because you're feeling the vibrations like as you're breathing. You know, so.
Mhm.
I don't know. Saxophone, yeah. I like that instrument.
What about you? Would you pick an instrument?
Me? Oh, an actual instrument.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Honestly, if I could pick another instrument at which to be very
Imagine yourself playing this
skilled.
instrument. It would be, you
probably
know.
guitar, like
Really?
because I can't play guitar. I'm so bad at it. Guitar or like I don't know, man.
Honestly,
nothing
voice is
annoying.
a good one too, because
The
like
voice
just
is
to
a
be able
solid
to
instrument.
sing.
You don't need a physical thing
Yeah.
on you
Yeah.
to do it.
Just imagine being a really good singer. Man, what a fun time that would be.
Violin would be really nice too, though, because
yeah.
I like the sound of solo violin, and just like when you play solo violin really well, I feel like it's a solid meditative thing.
Now, would that carry over to like informal classical, like to like fiddle too? Like being,
Fiddle would be really fun.
yeah, fiddle would be also very
Like
cool.
some
You can
Grappelli
play
stuff.
Devil Went
like-
Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. We wouldn't know what it would sound like otherwise.
Do you
wanna finish it?
Aaron, what would you pick?
I would pick either bass or
Nice.
Oh yeah.
something different, like a church organ.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could probably
that's
pick up the
so
bass.
cool.
I bet you could pick it up
I think
from
I will
YouTube.
eventually. Some point.
Yeah, because like honestly, obviously, like you could be really good at bass, and that's hard. But just to play like simple like
Yeah.
bass lines, it's not too hard. I think.
I always like a good bass line in songs. You know, I like funk. And
Yeah,
music that
dude,
grooves,
something
so
funky.
That's probably why I lean heavily towards that. But I like church organs and like weird instruments sometimes because
Yeah.
they're just different.
Do you
Like
listen?
like an air hu or something like that,
Oh,
or like a string guitar.
How about the jaw harp?
yeah.
That
The jaw harp.
What's that?
Someone goes dong 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 dong.
Wait, what? How does it go?
Like a dong 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 dong. You ever heard a jaw harp?
That's not the didgeridoo.
No, that's a different instrument.
didgeridoo sound like bo 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 bo.
The only
Wait, what is
reference I have for didgeridoo is that one episode of SpongeBob.
That's what I was going.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Can you do them like back to back so I can really get a good difference?
So okay, ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Did you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Okay,
Now I hear
alright.
it. Yeah, right. Like
It's so
One's
easy,
of African
right?
descent and one's of like what's that other one?
Australian.
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 No, wait.
Oh, both
the
of them are
the
Australian,
didgeridoo
yeah.
is Australian.
And what's the other one?
The jaw harp?
That's also Australian.
No, the jaw harp. I don't know where that comes from, but I know it's from the like.
If
I
it
hear
was
it in
Australian,
Southern
it'd be
music.
they would call it the jaw hop. That's how we know it's not Australian.
What's
Right?
your superhero name again?
Juicy sirloin.
Juicy sirloin.
Previously, what?
Shrimp on the bobby.
That's right. Yeah, you're in your second form.
Yes, the rest of us have to catch up.
Yeah, my final form will hopefully be Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Too soon?
yeah.
Soon?
Oh,
I think my ultimate form is monkey wrench. You go from lug
That's also a good name.
lug nut to like
Phillips screwdriver? Is that
no,
what you're gonna say?
Phillips. That's too many syllables. Lug nut to what?
Flathead screwdriver sounds pretty
Lug
cool.
nut to flathead, and then to monkey wrench.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. What
Did
does
the- wait,
milk dud turn
Do the
into?
do the evolution names have to be related?
I think so. I like that.
Yeah.
I like milk dud, then Kit Kat, and then,
Kit Kat. Okay.
and then finally
Godiva.
No, totally wrong.
Federal
Dude. Those are
Russia.
good.
All right.
Ghirardelli.
Jordan, you have an
Jordan,
instrument?
tell
Well, yeah.
A kalimba.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
I thought we were talking about superhero names. It was like Kalimba's not related at all to TurboTax.
There's got to be a superhero named Kalimba.
Yeah.
From Wakanda?
We-
Probably.
We got Callisto already.
Mm.
Ooh.
Not a
Kalimba's cool though.
superhero though.
Yeah.
We have one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Bring it. Play us a tune and see if you've already mastered it just by wishing for it.
No, I.
Do you have
I don't know
the-
anything about it.
The automaton.
I do have an automaton, but not with me.
Ah.
My first one broke, and then I got another one.
Okay.
I aspire to be that guy on YouTube who makes perfect recreations of all the music videos of the songs that he's covering.
Mm.
Dude, playing that thing is kind of hard because it's a gradient.
It's hard.
So if you're trying to play notes individually accurately and they're not like right next to each other, you just have to be spot on with where you're pressing it, and that's kind of hard.
if you have like your fingers, you could fat finger it really easily.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to insert my own small solo cover of a song right now. Thank you.
Egg.
Oh, there. Yeah, this is-
What are you playing?
Good. Good jam session, guys.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
This is going to be the musical episode.
have you been working on that harmonica solo, Peter? It's tremendous.
Spot on. Spot on.
That's great,
Really,
man.
really good.
For anyone who doesn't get the reference, he was Plankton from SpongeBob.
We've been really hitting our SpongeBob references today.
There's like a quota of one SpongeBob reference per episode.
Like at least, right?
Yeah.
Because
What
we've had like 3.
What
this
have I
whole
been
episode.
saying this week? That
You've been saying
Wow.
Yeah, that one.
That wasn't an episode.
It's
Yeah, do you
Reg
remember?
at the saltiest.
It's when SpongeBob goes like he's
Do
like,
it.
what does he say? He's like,
I'll have you know, I something watering my kelp gardens,
no, it was something like
and I only cried for 20 minutes.
no, I think that was a separate part, but that's in that same
Wasn't
episode.
that the
Really?
Weenie Hut
The
Jr.?
salty spittoons.
Is it the one where it's
episode,
like he's like, no, the ketchup one is different.
Yeah.
I forget which one.
I think that's it.
I think it's the part where he goes like, "Yeah, that gets me pretty mad," and he goes, "Might have to beat someone up just to get rid of all this blind fury."
Wow. He's so resonant, that Reg. So, your name's Reg.
The best part is that SpongeBob says that again when isn't it Sandy who rips off Reg's like mom tattoo and turns it upside down?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And SpongeBob goes, "Wow."
Wow. Yeah, SpongeBob, man. All the great quotes.
So Jordan, how's the kalimba?
Did you master it yet?
How do you
I don't know how
feel
to
about
play
it?
this.
Isn't that what they play at the when Avatar? They use the Kumba a lot,
Yeah.
right?
This is what they play in Naruto Sadness and Sorrow kind of theme song, I think.
Play it.
I don't know how to play it.
Just hit it.
I just see it on
Dude, don't
the-
hesitate. Just 100%.
Just hit it. Go, go.
Spontaneous. Go.
Oh, no.
Oh, that hit.
No, not that.
Water,
Dude, you're gonna get his DMCA. You're too good.
earth, fire, air. Whoosh. Long ago, the four nations.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
There's gonna be a new live adaptation of the
Oh
Avatar,
God.
but it should be okay this time because the original writers are on board for it this time.
Oh,
So you're not gonna
is
get-
it M Night though?
No, it's not M Night shit show. So you're not gonna get a bunch of mispronounced names of the main characters.
Ong.
Sokka.
Oh,
Ahsoka.
speaking of animated series, there's a new Disney's making a new animated series that's based on Southeast Asia culture. It's called Raya, the Last Dragon.
Is
Sounds
it,
like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
what
like
reminded
kung
me.
fu and stuff?
I don't know. Looks like it's supposed to be this powerful female character.
I hope they do it.
Is
right.
it like a new Disney princess?
I hope
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
look
I
it
hope
up.
it's not a.
It's kind
I
of.
hope it's not like the male tropes.
It's
like
like
what is it
Mulan,
called?
but Southeast Asia.
Disney what or what was it?
Raya, Raya, the Last Dragon.
Why is it always like
The last
name the last thing?
Yeah, like it could be like Milk Dud, the
first
last
one.
chocolate.
The Last
Milk
Dud.
Dud is chocolate, right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's
a milky
milk
sort of
chocolate.
chocolate.
I think even more arbitrary. You know?
Yeah, it's that one.
Dud,
Oh.
right?
Milk Dud, the last monster slayer.
It's a TV show or a movie?
It's supposedly a movie that's supposed to come out next year.
Interesting.
Dude, so I was thinking, you know how you were talking about like how you have to be passionate, you have to just go for it. So this is the opposite of this meme I was looking at. It's called the 19-year-old thinker, and it's like one of those like similar to the Doomer things where it's got this dude who's like a cartoon drawing, and then it's got all these like stupid quotes next to it, and then one of them says like thinks too much and overanalyzes, but is stuck in analysis paralysis, doesn't do anything.
Ooh, analysis paralysis.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a sick album song
Right.
or like name.
That's our album. That's for this episode.
Analysis paralysis.
Yeah, so that's
Although it's a completely opposite of that.
so yeah, that's something like talking about being passionate about things and just going for it. That's the opposite to that mindset of the meme of
Yeah,
the
we're just
19-year-old thinker.
That's kind of fun though, to just kind of go without hesitation, which is like part of the hang too. You know, like one of the best parts about hanging is that you don't have that analysis for it. You're just kind of like it's free association that gets out there right away, right? Like I don't have any shame when I say anything in front of you guys. I mean, maybe like I mean that in the most complimentary sort of way, but like
I hope so.
yeah, but I mean like I don't know. I don't feel like I'm gonna get shamed for saying something dumb. It's just like we'll most likely roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good sense of comfort and
Did you just call us comfortable?
I did.
You guys are so comfy.
Can I do
Hey, guys.
I realized I forgot to do my shout out.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
This is just
Shout
a
out-
long shout out part.
Shout out to
Slash musical.
all of our automatic body processes like blinking
Okay.
and breathing
Oh,
Why?
you're talking physiology.
because I'm going to blow your
That's the
mind
word.
right now, okay? Ready? This applies to anybody who decides to listen to this episode too. You are now manually breathing.
Oh, damn it. this thing again.
Dang it.
Oh,
Until you forget about it, obviously.
what if
I
you
wanna
like?
I just
hold
made
your-
you manually breathe for a little bit.
You didn't make me do anything.
Whoa.
I did that.
Whoa.
Hey, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can I change my
it's-
superpower from 2% moist to making force people to manually breathe?
That sounds really
Breathe.
awful.
Breathe.
Wait, you have to really like clarify that, because if you say that, it's like you're taking away their involuntary muscle.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But haven't you ever done that? Like you sat around and you're like, oh, I'm blinking now. And then you just start doing it manually.
Yeah, that's like when you get too self-aware of all the small processes. You know, like, oh, now my heart's beating, and you just get so used to hearing
Yeah.
it.
When I'm
or-
laying down in bed, sometimes I'll like hear my heartbeat. And I'm like, if this stops, I die.
Yeah, that's it.
That makes me think of it's like one of your senses. What's it called? Is it like your procreate something?
Yeah.
It's like the senses of like how when you have your shirt on, like when you put it on, you feel the fabric touching your shirt. But right now, as you're sitting, you don't feel it because it's just been there, you know?
You've normalized it.
Yeah.
It's like you don't feel the fact that you've got earrings in.
Yeah.
But you did.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes like when I have a long day and I'm doing something, I'll think without looking down, I'll think to myself, what shirt am I wearing under this hoodie? And I'll have to think about it for a sec.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something like, "Am I wearing pants?"
Yeah. And you look down and you just don't have pants on.
No, that's a dream.
I have had dreams of that though, where I was just like
Pantless
randomly
dreams.
naked or something, like
Really?
in the middle of a street or like in a classroom or something.
That's no fun.
They say that dreams reflect our greatest wants and desires.
So does that mean I'm secretly an exhibitionist then?
Maybe.
You should test it out.
Go for it. Do it.
Do it. No hesitation.
Yeah.
Spontaneity, right?
Are we talking about dreams now?
Dude,
What-
dreams
what-
is a
Yeah.
favorite topic on this podcast.
We did have an episode.
I
before.
just had a dream. A weird
Did you
dream
tell
last
us about it?
I dreamt that I was
Dream.
hanging out with like a bunch of people that I went to the fleet with, which was weird. And that's funny that you mentioned that dreams are what?
Oh, I was totally lying, but
Oh.
also,
Dang it.
Yeah.
I was going to make a connection, but never mind.
I mean, I think dreams, the content of your dreams,
They
feel
reflect
like,
what you think about
yeah,
every day.
they're
right?
reflections about what you're experiencing during the day, and I understand dreams to be, at least in my interpretation, is like how your brain organizes data, like all the things that happen to you and what you think, and so like they reflect like parts of your thing or parts of your day that you feel that you haven't consciously and analyzed or anything like that, and so I mean.
Yeah, because I do kind of feel like I do kind of miss hanging out with those people that I deployed with and I've been with. Maybe that's why I'm dreaming about it.
Yeah, no, probably like especially if it's been a while but not super long since you've seen them.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna think about it frequently.
Have you guys ever had a dream where you had a person inside of the dream only that you knew, but when you woke up you couldn't recall anything about them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that about locations, actually. There's like locations in my dreams that I can remember very clearly, but I don't know if they're real or if they're made up.
Dude, maybe you're just like you're exploring the recesses of your mind. That's the world you're building in there.
It's like an Inception thing where you're building like a
Yeah.
location around
I
you.
was-
Yeah, dude, your brain, your sleep world is just a huge RPG that you're
hey,
playing.
Peter, this is a dream now. Where are we?
Wake up. Wake up.
There's only one way to find out.
Leela, wake up.
Apparently the person
I just
thing,
watched
though,
that episode, man.
Nice.
from what I've read, you can't, or your brain can't create faces of people that you haven't seen before.
Oh.
So what people have theorized is that the person that you see in your dream that you, when you're awake, you don't recognize at all, or you can't like think of them right away, is it could totally just be some random person you saw one time walking by.
But don't consciously remember.
Yeah. Like just because you saw their face one time, somehow it's stuck in your subconscious, and then in your dream that just happened to be the face that was applied to the person. But according to what I've read, your brain just can't conjure up like a face that doesn't exist. It's always based off of someone that you've seen
Yeah,
before.
weak ass brain.
I
can't do
know.
anything.
We gotta
What the
do
hell?
brain day.
Dang, you
Man,
thought you were creative.
Don't miss a
Brain
brain
day.
day, man. Haven't we been going to brain day every day for like? Didn't we do that going through school? Every day was
Some
brain
days.
day.
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of
Some
days I
most days.
slacked real hard, even though I was in the gym for those. So
Dang. I remember one time I fell asleep during health class because we were doing a meditation thing. It was like, imagine you're in a chair and the chair is full of these beautiful colors.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was
they
like,
said it was okay to fall asleep during the
the
meditation.
thing
part,
was,
right?
I did fall asleep,
Yeah,
and then I
that's the
woke up
point.
and the room was dark, and they
They just left
They
you?
left me in there during a passing period.
Oh,
I was like, I'm gonna be late
Dirty.
for class. Yeah, I know.
He's dead now. Leave him.
That's when
He's meditating.
they let you guys do that in health classes. Interesting. I never did that in health classes.
The thing was, whatever his name was, Mr. Clausen.
Mr.
What?
Klaus.
Was that his name?
Santa?
Sure, he basically was.
It's Mr. Claus.
No, he turned on the meditation at the last part of class, like 15 minutes to go. He turns on this meditation, and I'm like tired as hell. It's the end of the day,
Yeah.
and so I was just like, okay, I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not gonna fall asleep to this. This is stupid. And then I fell asleep to it. I was the only one in there.
Is meditation supposed to be an active? Well, that sounds kind of contradictory when I say it like that, but is there a set way to properly meditate? Because when I think of meditating, I'm just like, empty your mind and try not to think about anything or focus on one thing.
They say watch your breath.
Yeah,
while you
yeah.
meditate.
Like
Just
focus on your
focus
breathing.
on your breathing, and then
I used to go every week to I used to meditate weekly at a temple, and it was just with my friend, and we kind of did it just why not to like relax. And basically what they taught us was like you want to center yourself, and then you want to like focus on your breathing, but then while that's happening, you're gonna have thoughts and things enter your mind, and the whole thing is just so by focusing on your breathing, you're allowing it to float off. You're letting it go and just become part of the ether. And you're teaching yourself that those things are just, they're just part of the corporeal landscape. And everything that really matters is ethereal. And so, like, that's how we did it, was just focusing on breathing, like you said, but then also on allowing your thoughts to enter and then allowing them to escape, because that's teaching you more about yourself than anything else.
What do you
And
mean
then-
by corporeal?
Corporeal.
Corporeal.
So like
yeah.
all of your thoughts and your feelings and emotions are just you reacting to the world around you, the physical things that happen to you. And so when you think about them, it's important to let them go as you meditate so that they don't bog you down. It's important to recognize them as things of your life that have weight, but not to let them weigh down your actions.
it's like taking a step. It's like when you're in a room, and let's say this is what it makes me think of. If somebody's really stressed out, right? Someone will be they're in the moment, they're in it. It's almost like tunnel vision. Versus like when you take a step back and you're not the one who's in the stressed out situation, things aren't as serious to you. You know what I mean? It's like just taking a step back.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
forcing you to take a step back from like all the things in which you're super invested. You might feel like, oh, I'm so stressed out. I've got all this schoolwork. Oh, I'm so worried about this and that. But when you let that go, you take a step back and you go, oh, these things are just like what I'm feeling. They're not actually things that are, they're not the most important things. They're just things.
Yeah, the way like I think Netflix has a good series about it, but like when a monk who is very good with controlling your mental energy, I guess, they'll see something like stress and they'll treat it like as its own thing, like an entity or something.
Yeah.
It's like high stress, I recognize you make me feel this way. And now that you can recognize it as a thing, you can kind of control and work around it better. You can manage it better.
It's like tacking it onto something like a target.
Yeah.
In the same vein, when I meditate, I work under the assumption, at least I was taught this, that when you meditate, your mind isn't you. Like what you think and what you feel and all these things aren't the essence of you all the time. And it's a really weird conception.
Yeah, the ego.
Yeah, the ego is something completely different from you. These are the things that make up how you are, and they make up all your prejudices and your reactions to the world, but they are not you. And so, like, meditation seeks to also, like, separate you from the ego and to, like, allow you to think more highly and more divinely, I guess.
So how do you know at what point your thoughts are encompassing what you actually are as opposed to it being your ego? Or is it like these different facets, the ego plus whatever, all of them together combined to create you?
I think you kind of, at least in my experience, you start having more of a self-awareness about what could be part of your ego and what part of your ego is making you feel a certain way. Like, whenever I, like, meditate, I'll think about these things that bother me and things that worry me, and then I'll remember, like, oh, this is me reacting to something. This is, like, my pride reacting in a certain way, or this is me feeling angry about this. and that's the ego. It's creating reactions that aren't necessarily there.
Yeah, and it's oftentimes your ego can be something that like just how you perceive yourself.
Yeah.
And that could be just based on like let's say you go to school and like someone makes fun of you and then like you might think, "Oh, I am fat," or something like that. But really like all these things that you think about yourself are kind of just it's what you're imposing on your ego. But really you're not anything, you know.
And that's the thing too. It's like to build on that, when you conceive yourself and when you try and discern yourself against everything else, you are discerning yourself against all the experiences that you've had. You basically you're kind of like an amorphous thing, and you have built a caricature of yourself around the experiences that you've had by throwing stuff at your essence and then seeing what sticks. And so, like, does that make sense? It's kind of like you having experiences helps you understand who you are. And it's like echolocation, where you throw something at the thing, it bounces back, and that tells you something about yourself. You know, and so that's like all of your experiences have built you into the person you are today. Even from like the small things that happened when you were a kid to like things that happen on a daily basis to you. They tell you who you are because you're throwing experience of things at the world, and the world is throwing things back at you.
So yeah, it's like a culmination of all those experiences you've had.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to like maybe get out of your house and then like go around and have different experiences.
Yeah.
Because over time, like that's how you get built up as a person.
Yeah, because they make up who you are. They make up like the sounding board or a sounding board that basically tells you who you are. I always think of it like you're a big gas, and then when you throw an experience at it, it kind of shows like the outline of you a little bit, and it kind of puts you in this little box by outlining you. And that outline is just all of your experiences, you know?
This is sounding like a lot like what I went through with my psychiatrist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
Like, the whole like meditation and like, you know, from the start where you were born, like all this that happens, all the things that happen in your life and what makes up who you are and all your experiences. So I could definitely, it reminds me of what I've learned.
It's pretty crazy just how like, you know, you can trace a reaction you have to something, like a really deep rooted one, back to like, you know, whatever childhood experiences that you had. You know, it could be something really small, like maybe you did something
Definitely.
and mom or dad had this reaction, or maybe you did something and your really close friend or your uncle or something like that reacted a certain way, and so that became a feedback loop of how you you respond to that situation, and it just builds a callus of sorts, you know, like
It's learned, yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes really deeply ingrained in who you are because of it's a foundational experience that you had.
I think it's good to recognize that because a lot of times I think like saying in like high school is a great example because that's when like you're kind of it's when you're growing up, right?
Yeah, you're
so people in high
self-actualizing.
school
Puberty.
Exactly puberty. We're all judging each other, right? But when you go to either like college or like a new job or something, no one knows anything about you. You know what I mean? So your perception of your own ego is going to be a lot different than what someone who just met you, you know, thinks about you. And it's always good to know that, like, you know, you always have this idea of like the type of person you are, but really, like, you kind of get a fresh start when you meet new people, and you get to kind of create your character, really, you know, and really, you don't have a character as much as you have reactions to things. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think like, especially in those scenarios where you're completely new, you have to like your reactions based on things kind of inform you of your own character, right?
Yeah.
Did you say people like give you the benefit of the doubt most of the time? Because I feel like people aren't so judgmental. Maybe there's like things like appearance and then how you carry yourself, maybe your tonality and how you speak. But for the most part, I feel as though like if you have insecurity, maybe it's probably more harder. You're probably being more judgmental on yourself rather than like how an outsider would view you.
Precisely. Yeah.
I agree with that, but to the idea of the benefit of the doubt, I don't think that people will give you the benefit of the doubt more than I believe that everyone is more self-centered than they are caring about you. I think people care more about themselves. They're focused on themselves more to care, so much so that they can't really care about who you are or what you do, you know? Because you're so caught up in yourself all the time that
The bandwidth.
yeah, like you don't have enough bandwidth to like adequately like go and judge someone really hard. That's just you creating that problem.
Is there a part? There's like what is it? Ego.
In the id.
Does one of those fall under the part of you where you can think about yourself objectively from a third point of view without any emotions attached to it? Like, is that some aspect of psychology that I'm unaware
Without
of?
distortion.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Like you're not taking into account any feelings or anything. You're just saying this is purely what is occurring at the situation, and
Oh, you're talking about the objective mind.
yeah, is that what that is?
No, I just said that.
Okay.
I think the objective mind doesn't even exist.
I don't think it's possible.
I think that the objective mind is still informed by your subjective perspective, right?
Okay. The only reason why I ask that is because sometimes I'll find myself in situations where like I'm really fueled by emotions, like say I'm angry at something or like I had a bad day, but there's always a part of me, like a very small part of me, that is always looking at things objectively as much as possible without you like saying it's still based off of my experiences, right? But using the example that I just said, say I had a really bad day, there's always a small part of me that says this is just one small occurrence. The rest of your life is going to be fine. So don't, put too much weight on this one occurrence. Or like, I don't know, if I had like a really, really good day or something, the part of my brain will be like, it's not going to be like this all the time. You'll end up having like your downs too. So I don't know if that's considering it objective, but it's always like a constant reality check.
For me,
my head
for me, that
things.
sounds like in cognitive behavioral therapy, they have a thing where you talk back to your subconscious, where your subconscious is feeling things that you don't understand all the facets that go into like your subconscious. It just happens. Those are your reactions. Part of like dealing with that and dealing with anxiety is talking back to it, by basically asserting control over the subconscious.
And not reacting.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, or
So maybe I've
reacting.
just been doing that the whole time.
Yeah,
not
it sounds like you're talking back to your subconscious. Like your subconscious is having these genuine emotions, and you're talking back to it, saying, "Hey, like caution," or be wary.
I think okay, so this is interesting. When you, especially like when you're meeting new people who you don't know, not that you can tell a whole person, right? But different people give off different energy, and I think the type of people that I find myself, befriending right away are people who aren't so, narrow or tunnel vision in the moment, and people who recognize things like room dynamic and like how is everybody feeling in the room right now. You know what I mean? But kind of like what you do, you have to be able to take yourself back and analyze like your emotions, kind of like you can't. People who are in the moment will be very much kind of about how am I feeling right now and just reacting.
To marry these two ideas, it's like, Aaron, you're like vibe checking yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're
yeah.
checking the room that is your brain and stepping back and going, what's the vibe, man?
Yeah, I go into the room and go, oh, hi, Mar.
Hi, Mark.
I didn't hit her.
So that's your room.
Yeah, I just have a little Tommy Wiseau in my brain at all times.
Okay, if your brain was if the inner head is a room, what room do you have?
The room.
Mine's
The
just
room?
the rooftop.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like mine is a. Yeah, I mean, that's an unfair question. The mind is never going to be one room.
Yeah.
When you're thinking thoughts to yourself just in your head,
Oh, the voice.
do you have a monologue
I
or
do.
do you not?
I do. I would say so.
I have a voice that talks when I think and when I read.
Mm-hmm.
Does your voice inside your head sound like you, or does it sound like something else or someone else?
It doesn't sound like
Sounds
anything
like-
to me.
Oh, really?
Me.
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
sounds
I'm
like-
talking
it
to
sounds like you,
myself,
huh?
dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Mine just sounds like me, but inside my head.
Yep.
Mine doesn't sound like anything.
Really?
For me, it's like this. It's a voiceless entity that
How
just.
about when you read?
Interesting.
when I read it's voiceless. Like it's like I can't say that it's myself. It doesn't sound like me because it doesn't have a sound. It just the words appear and they happen and I experience them. That's all it is.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Are you too?
Yeah, it just sounds like me, really. I don't really think of anybody else.
You the same way?
I don't know. I feel like depending on your mood, it could just change, right? I mean, when you're feeling a certain way, I feel like you may talk to yourself in a different way, in a different tone, and analyze things differently.
Yeah.
Versus like if you're in a good mood or a bad mood,
Yeah.
Like I think we're all constantly talking to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Are you thinking an Australian accent?
No,
so
I
it's
don't.
Sure,
It's
Lil
funny. So when I was in
Are you
when I was in
serious?
6th grade, we had to do like a reading assignment.
Yeah.
And one thing I thought about, I was watching Naruto at the time.
Okay.
And so one thing I was
Ooh.
thinking about was like, I could make this really interesting. I was really bored. I was like, I could make this interesting if every character, I gave them a distinct voice. And so I'd give them like a Naruto voice, depending on who, like the paragraph I was reading or who was speaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would do that just to I did that in 6th grade to just kind of make things interesting.
So when you were reading inside your head, you heard the different character voices.
Yeah, I would make it happen. I would make the voice come out.
That's interesting. Assigning a voice to your inner monologue. I never really thought about that. I only asked that because apparently some people don't have an inner monologue at all. And like, for example, my one friend, he said he thinks in sentences. Like the sentence is written out inside his head. He sees the text in his head.
Really?
He doesn't have a voice in his head at all. Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's like the people who can't conceptualize things.
Like
You heard
3D
of-
space?
No, they can't. Like, you could say, think of a cat, and they wouldn't be able to do it. They can't conceptualize what a cat looks like.
Oh.
It's a
that's
certain
weird.
type of a cognitive setting where they don't operate in that sort of way. So like when you think of things, I can say, think of this car, and you will immediately think of a car, right?
Yeah.
Like the type of car doesn't really matter, but I say car, you think of a car. Some people can't do that, where you say car and they don't think of anything.
It's like one step away from object permanence.
Yeah, well, I knew a guy who couldn't do that with cats. You would say cat and he wouldn't be able to do it, but you said tail and he would think of a tail. But you couldn't say all of the individual things and make up one thing.
It should be pieces.
Yeah, so
For him to
he
get the big
could
picture.
understand and conceptualize pieces
That's
of things, but not
interesting.
the whole.
So maybe if you told him to draw each individual part in a certain way and then told him to draw, I don't know, like the head last, it would eventually become a cat.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
But
know
if you
there's
just told him
some
to draw a
people
cat, you couldn't do it all.
that they think in shapes. Like all their thoughts are shapes, and then they don't really think in words as much. But then I guess there's people who think in both. Like if you're describing like maybe a math, one of those cube problems, and then you like orient the cube this way and then flip it upside down, and like there's people who have spatial thought, and there's people who have like they're more inclined to think with words. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm curious now. What do I think now? Like, I think
Your
it's pretty
mom?
normal, right? Like, if you tell me something, I can think of it like pretty easily.
I don't know. Wake up, Jordan.
Take the pill.
When I visualize, when I think I generally visualize. That's my general.
I
MO.
visualize as well.
Yeah, like my MO is thinking of the
Hello.
exact scenario. So for instance, like if you ask me a question, I'll visualize the entire scenario so that I can figure it out. And I'll be able to look at it from every which way because I can visualize it. Whereas some people can't do that. And some people it doesn't work quite as well if they do that, you know? Some people are more based on like I see the words work for me, you know?
It's like learning in the classroom. I think I've always been more of a visual learner as opposed to reading something out of a textbook.
Yeah. All same.
Like pictures. That's also probably why I like comics and movies and stuff better than books. Not that I don't like books, but I prefer my medium to be with visuals and colors and shapes and stuff.
Imagination.
Yeah.
The mind is an enigma.
It's a what is it? A carton of milk.
Yeah, milk. That just spills
That's
over.
like the 7th one we've had today. This whole episode is laden with them. With
course.
SpongeBob
Every
references.
episode is.
Yeah,
I mean, half
that's-
the damn thumbnails are because I draw them that way. The last one was too. It was wait, no, the two before this.
Yeah.
is 6 SpongeBob.
What's your plan for this one?
I don't know. I'll figure
Give
it
him
out.
Plankton with the harmonica.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go find that frame and I'll draw it.
That's hilarious. I think it's good to think about this stuff, though. It's good to be a little cerebral, you know?
Yeah.
I think it helps you kind of manage stress better and situation and just your brain.
The fact that we're thinking critically about thinking
Yeah.
already puts us a step above like the average person.
That's
As-
always such a
as
always
much
such
as
a
I hate to
cool
say about-
facet of humanity. Like the brain is the only like brain that's or it's the thing that's named itself, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's such a weird thing. Like the brain has named itself and every part of itself.
Yeah, you're not even the skeleton. You're just this lump of. Well, maybe you're not
It's
even.
electric meat, dude.
Maybe you're
We're
not
just
even
electric
the
meat.
meat part. You're just like
That's a good band.
you're the electricity
Electric
inside the
meat.
meat.
Yeah.
That's controlling a skeleton suit. That's controlling a meat suit.
Oh.
What if you're
Food for
vegetarian?
What if you're Episcopalian? Wait, what?
Isn't that fish?
No, that's
No, that's pescatarian.
Oh.
Episcopalian is a form of
Isn't that
Christianity, right?
Christianity?
Oh,
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Isn't that a branch of the
They
church?
worship fish,
Pescatalian.
like the flying spaghetti
They
monster.
put the fish on their bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hey.
You found it.
Did you know that Jedi's are an official religion?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yeah,
In
They-
Star Wars?
It's on the no, in the on the census. It happened.
we have it on our thing.
Enough
and
people
Jedi.
enough
'Cause-
people complained about it.
We have to ask like, what's your religious background? And he's like, and one of
Jedi.
them is like Jedi. I'm like,
What if you identify as a Sith?
Okay, that's
Oh
a
my
good
God,
that's a
that's
good
another
question.
branch of it, I
So if
guess.
you were in the Star Wars universe, would you be Jedi or Sith?
I think I'd initially be Jedi and then go the Ahsoka Tano route and go Gray Jedi.
Gray Jedi. Okay, Jordan,
I'd say Jedi too. I don't know.
Dan.
I want to have the Darth Maul lightsaber.
That means you're Sith. Well, I mean, you could make it. You could make that with the Jedi stuff, whatever, right?
Maybe.
I don't
yeah.
know. Who knows about that?
That one's pretty dope.
What, like lightsabers?
Yeah, you can just make that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't know if it's
Alright.
still canon, but the only reason why Sith lightsabers are red is because the kyber crystals that they use are like artificial.
Yeah, those. I heard those are like each color has its own different
Yeah.
like meaning.
There's like a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Peter.
Interesting. Oh, dude, I don't know. I feel like I would just be on like I'd be on like Endor or something. Just
You'd be like a
hanging
bounty
out.
hunter.
Yeah.
Be
or-
a Ewok.
yeah, just be like, chilling. Not
What a Mandalorian.
I'd
Good
be
show.
I'd be a Sith for sure.
Can I be Mandalorian?
Pre or post Rule of Two?
Oh, old Sith before it
Choice.
became really weird and like
Dark.
no, not even that. Just before it became like really hierarchical. You know, pre Sith is pretty cool. There's a few Sith about whom I got to read, and like there's one Sith who just like he became a Sith Lord, but then all he did was like hang out and like do stuff.
Just chill.
Yeah, he was just chilling. He just read some books.
If
like,
you had a lightsaber, what kind of lightsaber would it be and what color?
what color?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's that yellow one?
Those were the Royal Guards, I think.
Yeah,
the Royal
I'd like
Guards.
the Royal Guard ones.
Those are pretty
Kit
cool.
Fisto had one for a while too, but
Hey,
I don't
What
know
a
if
what
that
a
was
name, man.
Poor
You
Kit
get
Fisto.
born into the universe. You get called Kit Fisto. Man, that just sounds like it sucks.
I think names are a weird thing in itself.
there's like a special
names
term.
don't mean anything.
Yeah, there's
a special
like
term
a
for it.
Star Wars name generator out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, what do you mean?
There's a special term for how George Lucas named
Oh,
the names.
I was just talking about like our names in
oh,
general.
yeah,
Oh.
names,
And
Oh.
names
are-
of things, how names just don't mean anything.
they're just representatives,
Yeah.
I think if I were to pick a Star Wars lightsaber, it'd be. I mean, am I stuck to red, or can I just do whatever?
No,
I
you can
want?
pick any color, and the form of the lightsaber can kind of be whatever you want.
Sweet. Mine would be a wheelchair and be glitter.
So the wheels are the lightsaber
Yeah.
part. How do you grab the?
So the Force, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Forgot about that. Good.
Oh, nice.
I want a Darth Maul type lightsaber, but in blue.
Ooh.
About some nunchuck
Blue.
lightsaber.
Blue.
Nunchuck lightsaber would be the most impractical thing ever.
The tag comes to you.
Ow. It's like the what is it? The nunchuck, the lightsaber like staff. It's just
Yeah.
all lightsaber.
It's just the blades. That's it.
Yeah.
I want the Royal Guard one, but with Draven axes, so I can throw
Whoa.
it and then catch it. And
No,
throw it and
just
catch
kidding.
it.
I want a lightsaber that's a D-skimmy.
Dragon Scimitar from
Yeah.
RuneScape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lightsaber.
But it's a lightsaber.
Yeah.
What about you, Peter?
Oh man, there's so many good
I
options.
want a gun that shoots lightsabers.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
Just a gun.
Think about this, man. It's a barbell plate. 345s on it. The plates are lightsabers.
lightsaber.
Oh.
Would be pretty badass.
How about this? Like, what about like a kitchen utensil, like a rolling pin, and like the middle is the lightsaber?
Oh,
that's
that's pretty
You have to roll them out, and they get flattened as they get.
cool. But also like get burned and cauterized while you're
yeah, and now you have a fresh dough.
Why not like dude, here's the most applicable one, a frying pan. The
Oh,
inside
yeah.
big circle.
you don't need to heat it up. You just throw stuff on it.
What's that
Wouldn't
dude's
the
name?
food just be like evaporated instantly
Walking
when you
stick
put it on?
fryer.
Walking stick fryer.
Yeah, dude.
If we ever meet him, he's going in the
Imagine a kitchen
League of
knife, like a
Superheroes.
lightsaber.
Like it's in the
He's the
shape of
chosen
the
one.
kitchen knife, but
You
with
cut-
the
Yeah,
blade
in
being
the
cut
same
them-
shape of a cleaver.
you
maybe.
cut the meat and it just cooks itself.
Oh, it's cooking as you're
Can
cutting
you
it.
turn down the heat on a
Oh yeah, there's a
lightsaber?
little knob.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a touch screen, and you can put your story on it too.
on certain ones,
This
you
is
have to
a-
put the time that it's on. You have to go set time 30 seconds, and then it goes boom, and then it activates only for 30 seconds.
Then you get lightsaber POV. Like this is what it's cutting right now.
Nice.
Do you know that the only reason why Mace Windu's lightsaber is purple is because Samuel L. Jackson asked for it?
Really?
He wanted to be special and stand out from everyone, so he
What
said,
he wanted.
"Make my lightsaber purple, motherfucker!" And then they did.
And then he died.
I
And
can
then he
imagine him
died.
saying that too.
Got his
then he
hands
died.
cut off.
He
Apparently, he survived. I think, according to new canon.
Really?
I mean, apparently Darth Maul survived. So
Yeah,
Are they hanging out? Or did they fall in love?
yeah, they're kissing homies.
They had They had a mixed baby that was.
I would love to
half
see Mike
black,
Tyson
half
in a
Maul.
Star Wars episode.
Yo, Mike Tyson.
Oh shit!
He was in one of the Ip Man movies.
his
I
his
think.
Hand me that
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
His lightsaber. His lightsaber is the tiger. He just shoots the tiger on someone.
I was thinking it was just like boxing gloves,
Boxing
but they were just
Oh,
big
dude,
lightsaber things.
that'd be dope.
Star Wars needs a boxer in that, like someone who's this good with their fists.
Didn't they have
Or
the guy who did
nunchucks.
Ip Man who was force sensitive? Remember in episode 8 or whatever, they had the Ip Man guy. Or was that?
Oh no, that was in
Oh, that was in
Rogue
Rogue One. Yeah.
Oh, Rogue One.
not Tony.
Oh,
Jaa.
I remember that guy, yeah.
Danny. What's his name?
DeVito.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
The X-
Dan,
not
okay, wait,
DeVito,
Star Wars
no.
spinoff with Danny DeVito and Mike Tyson. What do you think?
Yo.
And
He would
Danny
just be
Trejo. Throw
sweaty
Danny
all the
Trejo in
time.
there.
Yeah, dude.
He would just be like, "Come on, I
It'd
was
be
trying to get the lightsaber."
Darth Frank Reynolds.
What are you doing? Come on. He's just always so sweaty every time I see him.
It's like breathing really heavy, you know?
Imagine him being like a Boba Fett type character, but he's still stubby, but he has all the armor.
he's just so short, but
And
he
he-
has like fitted
Yeah.
armor.
But when he's gunning to hunt people, he's like, "So, anyways, I started blasting."
There was a petition online. People were like nominating Danny DeVito as the next Wolverine.
No
There was a
way.
petition like on Reddit or something.
They tried to get him to voice Detective Pikachu for the movie too.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I would have
would've-
loved that movie.
I would
Yeah.
watch it.
to have him in there.
Okay, Always Sunny is probably one of my favorite shows on television.
I think
Like,
out of all
I love that show.
the modern sitcoms, Always Sunny is my favorite.
Yeah. Well,
It's tied with
after
Parks
what?
and Rec for me.
Parks and Rec is solid,
It's tied.
but I think that they're just two different shows.
Okay, I gotta say something about these TV shows. All right, so The Office and Parks and Rec. I don't know what it is about those shows, and it's Always Sunny too. But they have some sort of humor that's like very, I think, clever. And other shows, like I've tried to watch Community, I've tried to watch Superstore, I've tried to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I think those shows are so not funny. I think they're just so like I'm not a fan for some reason. Like I don't think anything. I don't know if the humor's too predictable or something.
I feel like they
that.
just try really hard, you know? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like when I watch like Parks and Rec and The Office, I feel like their whole setup and like jokes are all like I don't know what
It's
it is.
more
Well,
relatable.
I think it's-
Candid.
But
yeah.
I think it's the world too. Like they create their world super well, and like everything works within the world, right?
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. Verisimilitude.
Yeah, exactly.
There's-
There's our word again.
Mhm.
There's
We're back.
a good video essay on YouTube that analyzes the like progression of TV humor,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows the transition to nowadays. Like you were saying, like all these other shows, Office, Parks and Rec. The one thing that you notice is that they don't have a laugh track in it,
Yeah,
and
that
a lot of
too.
it's like the camera work. And, you know, like whenever Jim looks into the camera for like comedic effect instead of a laugh track going in the back, as opposed to if you go to those shows from the '90s, like Full House or Friends,
Yeah.
there is a laugh track.
I don't
back
think
there.
Friends is funny, man. I can't watch it anymore.
Friends is really hard to watch.
Oh.
It's like a slow evolution to like the changing of the humor. So I don't know what the video is called, but if you just look up like
Yeah.
no laugh track modern humor, I'm sure you'll find it. It's a
Yeah.
good video.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good like time waster.
I don't know what it is about like just some shows, like specifically the ones that I know people love. People love Community and people love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I just can't do it, man. I just like I try to watch them, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm just
Maybe your perception of those shows was ruined by other people already.
that could
telling
be
you it's
it.
So
but
good.
I've just tried to like watch it, and I don't think the
It's
jokes
not
are
you. It's
funny.
not you. You know.
Yeah,
You like what you like.
I like Seinfeld. That's
Seinfeld's so fried.
Yeah.
Do, boom.
Maybe
Boom,
that's what it
boom,
is.
boom.
You know, I like humor that's just so stupid, so fried. You know.
I mean, we do like SpongeBob, and
SpongeBob humor is not stupid.
Okay.
Hey,
it,
we are not chicken.
it's so dumb.
it gets stupid after the season.
Wow,
the
two
new
references,
seasons,
man.
yeah, dude, I don't like
Oh,
the
the
new
new
season. of
It
season?
SpongeBob.
was whenever Steven Hillenburg stopped writing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For me, so one of my roommates doesn't agree that he doesn't think that season 3 belongs on the top tier list of SpongeBob,
Oh.
which is a complete fault. It's
That's
so
like
false. Season
the
3 for me is like
prime.
some really good stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But then for me, it all drops off at the movie.
The movie actually, you know what?
After the movie is like when it started to go downhill.
Yeah.
Season 4 had some okay ones, very okay though. Like Krusty Towers was in season 4, Or Fear of the Krabby Patty was in season 4.
What
I just don't like the new animation.
Season
of it, how
3
it
here.
looks.
Some of the episodes in season 3, chocolate with nuts.
My Pretty Seahorse is in season 3. I
Oh
believe.
my
Yeah, see those
goodness.
ones?
Oh, Krusty Krab training video.
Yeah, it's a
You're
great
fine,
one.
slut.
Wet paint, Weenie Hut Jr. No
Yeah.
weenies allowed. Squilliam.
Oh yeah, the Squilliam episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
the
Band Geeks in that one
opposites-
too?
Yeah, Band Geeks was.
Sponge Guard on duty.
That's a good
is
one.
Idiot Box.
I'm on
Nasty Patty. These are
That's-
all season 3.
I think part of it too is when his voice changed when Tom Kenny stopped voicing him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look that up right now. When did
You know that
he exactly
some of the last episodes in season 3 were like they were pretty bad though. Like
The Strangler one actually wasn't the best one.
Plankton's Army wasn't very good too. Neither was the
I like Plankton's Army.
What about the one where they said debauchery? That was like
that one is that's midlife crustacean.
Midlife,
yeah.
The Nasty Patty. That's a good one.
That one's such a fried episode, man. Because think about it,
That one's messed
They
up.
think that they kill someone,
Yeah.
and then they try and bury them, and then
They won't show that today. No.
You know when they cut to those hyper realistic shots of like any random thing in the show?
Oh,
I
yeah.
always think of the Nasty Patty episode specifically for the like
the
close-up shot of the
cut
gross
that-
burger.
Oh.
Yeah.
But there are other examples like the close-up of Mr. Krabs' like gross face.
Oh, his chin.
Yeah, or like when SpongeBob gets dried out and you see like his eyes all sunken
It's all
in.
Yeah,
detailed
yeah.
and like grotesque.
The overly detailed. I'm pretty sure they borrowed that from Ren and Stimpy though, because I think
bet.
Ren and Stimpy did that first.
Did you know that Ren and Stimpy got renewed by Comedy Central?
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
look it up.
I think Invader Zim had or is going to have a revival, and there has been a petition to try to get Kids Next Door going again
Oh man,
because it ended after the movie, I think. But there's like on Kickstarter or Patreon maybe there's a small trailer of Kids Next Door, and they got the original voice actors, I think, because you hear number 5 say like
Yeah.
Nigel something like at the end, and it gave me goosebumps because I was like, I want this. I
who
want-
are the,
I want
who are
all
the
this.
names again? Number 1 is Nigel. right?
Nigel.
Number one is
Uno.
I can look this up.
Number 2 is Abigail Lincoln.
That's
3
right.
is Cookie Sandban.
Cookie Sanban. That's right.
I watch it, dude.
Australian kid. What was his name? Number 4.
Number 4, yeah, with the blonde
Dang, I
hair.
don't know his name.
Number 4.
I'll look it
I
up.
know the brother's name of number 4. Like his name was Joey.
Number 4 is Wallaby
Yeah, Wallaby.
Beetles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. What about number 5?
Number 5 was Hoagie.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
right.
the big
Hoagie.
Pilot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice actor who did the voice for Invader Zim himself,
Yeah.
he also voiced Crypto in Destroy All Humans, which just got a remake.
Nice.
Destroy all humans, dude.
Fun game.
Yep.
But he's got a very recognizable voice.
Really?
Can't immediately think of what other characters he's voiced, but I can't imitate it either. But that high pitched kind of flat voice is him.
I thought Timmy Turner's voice actor was great.
Isn't that Tara Strong?
Tara Strong, yeah,
Yeah,
she
it
does.
is.
She does
all kinds
everything.
Of,
Her
she's
and
everywhere.
Laura Bailey are like,
Everywhere.
yeah, they're everywhere in voiceover things.
Yeah, man.
You know who's a famous voice that I just found out? Is this guy? Do you guys know the show Party Down?
Sounds familiar.
You should watch it. It's on Hulu.
Party
It's
Down
so
is really
funny.
funny.
There's only, there's only 2 seasons of it, but it's really funny. And
Adam
there's-
Scott's in it.
Adam Scott's in it. A lot of
yeah.
reputable
I've seen-
actors.
I haven't seen the show, but I've seen. like,
It's so
pictures.
funny. And then this guy Darren Norris is in one episode, right?
Oh yeah, that's
You
Jordan Von Strangle.
dude, no, he's not just that. He's him. He's Cosmo. He's Timmy's dad.
Yeah.
And he did a bunch of like anime in the beginning and video games, and that's how he started his
He
career.
was also in Ned's Declassifieds.
Really?
He was Gordy.
He's Gordy?
Dude, no.
Oh, that's right.
If I told you guys this list of like if you look at it, he's in Rocket Power, he's in Time Squad, Fairly Odd Parents, Samurai Jack, Oswald, Powerpuff Girls, Jimmy Neutron,
Dude, this
Kids
guy's
Next
the real
Door,
deal.
Teenage Robot, My Life is a Teenage Robot,
Oh,
Clone Wars,
man, My Life
Scooby
as a
Doo,
Teenage
Danny
Robot.
Phantom, like American Dad, all these things, like just some random guy who had
He's
a
got
cartoon.
range.
Yeah.
Wait, you
know?
know whose voice I always hear from time to time? It's Sheen's voice from Jimmy Neutron.
Who
Oh
voices him?
yeah. What's Sheen's voice? I always
voiced
hear
him?
the parrot from Aladdin.
Oh, well, that's because that's he's famous. His name is who's the parrot
In what?
from Aladdin? He's that really recognizable voice.
Not Abu.
no, the parrot.
Jeffrey Garcia.
That's Sheen, yeah.
Jeffrey Garcia, Sheen. Hold on.
Oh, that's
What's
Parrot.
Carl's?
played by Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried. That's right.
Gilbert Gottfried.
He's
That's right.
everywhere.
You'd recognize him.
Iago, that's his name.
Iago.
Yeah.
I love that his name is
Yeah, 'cause-
Iago. Iago the
I'm Gilbert Godfrey.
he's got such a good voice though.
It's also a very unique voice.
Right.
Wait, you said Jerry Garcia is Sheen?
No.
I was gonna say
Jeffrey Garcia.
Oh, I was gonna say Jerry Garcia from the Grateful,
Grateful
Dead.
Dead, yeah, the guitarist.
No.
They got
That would
Cherry
be sick,
Garcia,
though.
the flavor.
Cherry Garcia. Have you guys tried the new like Netflix flavor from
No.
Ben and Jerry's? I've heard it's really good.
What's it
What?
called? Is it called
Netflix.
Netflix?
It's
and
literally
Chill?
called Netflix and Chill.
What does it taste like?
It's apparently got like marshmallow and
I'm gonna
Rocky
look it
Road
up.
stuff. They say it's really good.
So it's
like
just
Ben and
repackaged
Jerry's.
Rocky Road.
I don't
they
think it's
call it Netflix
repackaged.
and
I think
Chill?
it's got some extra stuff in there.
I kind of want ice
I
cream.
never
you
thought
know?
they'd start.
I want ice cream too
I
now.
want ice cream. Man.
Yeah, wait
You
a-
guys want to get ice cream?
Yeah, let's get ice cream.
Ice cream.
I
I think
another
Baskin
one.
Robbins is
JP.
still open.
That's another episode.
Ice
reference.
cream?
Oh,
Did
dude. Okay,
somebody
so
say?
here's Netflix and Chilled. That's what it's
That's
called.
it. Yeah, next
Peanut
Is
butter
it here?
ice cream with sweet and salty pretzel swirls and fudge brownies.
That's so good.
It's like
man.
a
That was
Take
my
five
favorite
bar.
Sour
Dude, it's
SpongeBob.
like the garbage you eat at night when you're watching Netflix. Can they make a Hulu one?
A Hulu and Hang ice
Yeah,
cream.
Hulu and
Hulu
Hang.
and Hang ice cream.
But it has to do with ice cream. That doesn't have to do anything because it's Netflix and Chilled.
Okay.
At least they made it like a pun.
Yeah, right. They tried.
I thought you meant that
Hulu
they
and
just
Hang
called.
myself.
I thought.
Oh my
Ooh.
God.
I thought you meant they just named the ice cream Netflix. I was like, what?
It-
I'm gonna call. Let's call our next ice cream Walmart.
Walmart. Yeah.
Oh.
Walmart parking lot.
It's just melted cream.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of that employee at Walmart who's totally messed up? He's like, he's smoking a cigarette inside. He's like, we just chilling here at Walmart.
I have seen that.
That seems pretty par for the course for certain Walmarts.
Yeah.
They got
What do you mean
fired,
for
right?
certain Walmarts? You mean every Walmart?
Have you never been to like a decently nice Walmart?
I don't know what that is.
There's one in my house. Near my
Whoa.
house.
Mr. Moneybags over here.
Can you please
Vernon Hill's
explain?
pretty nice, dude. It's fairly new, so
Vernon.
Do you store it right next to your Target and your Costco?
the Target is right next to Walmart. Yes, not in my house, but
I'm about to look up
Which
what
room
ice
in your
cream
house?
is
In my
open,
second
actually.
house.
I want ice cream.
in my apartment.
Man.
Sorry.
You really
Let's
go
get
for
ice
like an
cream.
horchata or something too.
You could always go to Sevy Levy and pick up ice
So
cream.
is
We have
are
ice
we,
cream
Are we
here.
gonna
Baskin
cut it
Robbins
off
is
now because I
open.
feel like we're hungry and we want to eat something.
We have ice cream here is the thing.
Oh, they're closed.
Let's
What about
stop and eat
Overwatch?
ice cream.
I'm down to stop and eat ice cream.
Okay, we're gonna go get ice cream now. Bye.
I have to go soon.
Red Robin.
Yum.